Welcome to the Born for Better podcast, where it's about better health, better wealth, and better self. And I'm your host, Devin.djwan. And today, what I'd like to talk to you all about is toxic positivity. Now listen up close, because I know what you're already thinking. You're like, how can positivity be toxic? Like, is that even a thing? Well, I'm here to tell you. It is definitely a thing. It is definitely a thing. And here's the deal. We know negativity isn't the place we should live in. And, you know, I've talked about that in previous podcasts. We know that negativity can drain you, can bring you down. It can stop you from moving forward. But here is the deal. So can toxic positivity. For instance, when you meet somebody who is just always chipper, always upbeat, always happy, you got to question that. Like there's nothing going on in this person's life? Are they trying to hide something? Is there no pain at all? And if that is the truth, more power to that person or a group of persons. But typically, while living down here on this planet, that's not really the case. So then, if this person hasn't been through anything, then you really can't learn anything from a person like that. You really can't pull anything from a person like that. But there's the other side, where there are people who are pretending to be overly positive. Everything's going to be great. It's going to be a great day. I'm thankful and grateful. Everything's going to be fine. It is beautiful. It is sunshine and rainbows outside. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to stop me today. And you're like, okay, cool. That's great. Just, kind of overwhelming there, chill out a little bit. Oh no, everything's going to be chipper. Everything's going to be fine. You watch, you see, everything's going to be great. You're probably thinking like, all right, that's good, but dang. You really lay it on thick, don't you? And that's typically how it happens. Like they literally come off overbearing. And again, it just leaves you with the question, what is going on behind the scenes? Now, there's always an exception to the rule. You guys have heard me say this throughout many other different podcasts. Of course, there's always an exception to the rule. There is going to be that one person or a small group of people who really are genuinely happy. And for those particular individuals, I'm happy for you. Shout out to you for being able to make it through this life thus far and not experiencing some of the traumas that come along with it. And maybe you can teach other people how to be joyous and happy. Please do. But for the rest of you guys, stop pretending. Like, if things are going wrong in one's life, it's okay to express that. Failure to express who you truly are is literally you living a pseudo version of yourself. You're living a pseudo life. And people will come and they'll try to be overbearing with their positivity. Basically, they're projecting it onto you to cover up what's really going on with them. Then there's other things about toxic positivity, like, hey, I'm just going to keep on spewing happy sayings to this person or a group of persons, but I'm not going to give any practical solutions at all. I'm not going to give any guidance at all. I'm not going to give any direction at all. But if I just keep pouring positivity into that particular person or persons, everything's going to work out just fine. Just you wait and see. It's going to work out just fine. And no, it is not. Because everybody does not learn audibly. If you just affirm them, everything's just going to work out. That's just not the case. Sometimes people need to be shown through visualization. They need visuals. Or sometimes they need to be hands-on, kinesthetic. They got to touch it. They got to touch it, grab it, feel it. They got to do that. But if you just say, let me just pour on the positivity and everything's going to work out. No. That's ideal, but it's not real. I'll say it again. That's ideal, but it's not real. It's okay to idolize. If I just project positivity out there, then everything's going to work out. But people need practicality as well. So it's got to be a mix of both, right? There's got to be the idealism, but there's also got to be the practicality. And then you have, the people who refuse to see it for what it truly is, because they have in their head and their mind how it's supposed to go. And they're steadily trying to get you and other, persons to conform to this. They're saying, yeah, you should be positive too. Meanwhile, you may be going through some crap in your life. You may be saying positive about what? Do you understand what I'm going through? Do you have any idea? And guess what? They don't, because they don't ask questions. That was one of my podcasts from last year. Asking the right questions. People don't ask questions. They just have assumptions. And they have expectations, and they want it to go a certain way because that's how they see it in their mind. And then when you don't do it, they're like, well, what's going on? I mean, I'm positive. Aren't you positive about it too? In your mind, you're like, heck no. No, I'm not. But maybe, depending on who you're talking to, you may decide to take the politically correct approach and say, you know what? I'm okay. I am positive. Everything's great. Don't do that either. Don't be afraid to let people know what's going on. You don't have to necessarily let people know every single detail, but let people know where you stand, so that hopefully they can get a clue, and maybe they can become, that person that you need them to be during the time in which you're in. And if they aren't going to switch up, if they aren't going to change up and be what they need you to be in that moment in time, then you need to turn your sights elsewhere. Because that toxic positivity will have you in a trance. It'll have you, going along with the program. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you'll be like, what the heck am I doing? What am I doing? So, be careful. Other things to look for when it comes to toxic positivity. It can become blinding. Because it provides that feel good within a person, you start releasing all of those good hormones. You're like, it's so great. I love this environment. I love this atmosphere. And before I go on, let me just say this. You do want to be in positive atmospheres. You do want to be around people who genuinely care, who genuinely are positive, who genuinely want to provide the best for you. But if it ain't genuine, then it's not real. So if people are just, spewing out all of this blinding positivity, and you're like, oh my God, it feels so good. Oh, I never felt like this before. Oh, don't stop it now. And then all of a sudden, you're in a trance. You are enchanted by all of the feel good. But see, what happens when it all hits the fan? Can that feel good really help you through? Can that feel good feeling get you through those times when you have not been provided the practicality, when you have not really taken hold of the situation and understanding how real it is, so that you can put everything into context, so that you can have the right perspective? No, that hasn't been the case. And then you're blinded by the toxic positivity. It feels good on the front end, but it can become problematic on the back end. So again, be careful. Careful. And then, there are people who become these rah-rah cheerleaders. They become these rah-rah cheerleaders. Meanwhile, they have an agenda. They become rah-rah, sis boom bah, because whatever they're going to get you to do is going to benefit them. And instead of coming out right and saying, hey, listen, what you do helps me through. What you do benefits me. What you do will contribute to whatever it is I'm trying to do. Instead of doing that, nope, it's all hidden. It's all behind the scenes. Yeah, yeah, sure, Bob. Everything's great. Oh, Greg, everything's fine. You just keep doing what you're doing, bud. Like that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And then you're just sitting up here. If you're not in the trance, if you have broken free of the trance and you're not blinded by what's going on, you're just sitting up there looking like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? This is what we're doing? Because you see. So, once again, be careful. Be careful. And the last thing I would say about this is, when it comes to these types of environments, it can feel cult-like, because there's a wide range of acceptance. There's all of this positive affirmation. There's all of this feel-good vibrations. And once again, there's nothing wrong with that if it is, what's the word? Genuine. But you have to observe, because if it's not genuine, you gotta be careful. The people who smile in your face, they smile in your face all the time. They wanna take your place. So you gotta be careful. That's what I'm saying. You have to be careful, ladies and gentlemen. So there may be more on this topic down the road, but this is, kind of been on my mind, and I said, I'm going to talk about this, because some people may be going through this right now, and because it's not negativity, which obviously is easy to identify, yet it being positive, you're wondering, how do I handle this? I don't know how to confront this. And you got to observe people. You got to observe what they do, how they're moving. Are they really genuine? And guess what? It's going to show in their actions. Because people can talk a good game all day, but it's going to show in their actions if they really are living what they're saying. Just look for the signs. You'll see them. They may not appear at first, but they will over time. So be careful with toxic positivity. With that being said, remember this: do better as an action, be better as a lifestyle. I'm your host, Devin.djwan, and until next time, take care.